All right, kids. Listen. Don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this.
If you're not of age.
What's of age?
18.
So 16?
18. We're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast, the news edition. Woo!
Let's go.
The news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Here's what's in the news today.
Here's tonight's top stories. Now with some breaking news.
So, sorry we haven't done it in a bit, but we are doing June. This is June, yeah? It's the end of June. What is it?
It's the 28th.
Last few days, last few days of June.
We're going to make up for a little bit of May, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is three. This is the quarter in review.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of crazy shit happened in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, some wild stuff.
Fuck yeah.
First thing on our docket is the Tuah Girl.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
God, like...
Super viral.
Yeah, she's the hero that we needed.
So if you don't know... I mean, how do you explain it?
If you don't have social media
Right.
at all.
So go ahead, Jorge.
There's this girl that was interviewed randomly
on the
street, like outside of one of those like strips where they have a bunch of bars.
Yeah.
I think it was in Nashville.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The only place I'm like,
Makes
where's
sense.
that bar? It's like New Orleans or Nashville.
Also, she does have a little twang.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does.
exactly.
It's
like,
that
love
makes
you,
sense.
Pookie.
Technically, her friend was being interviewed more,
and
and
she
then
was, like, next to her.
like one of these questions, her friend's like, I don't know how to answer it, and then like so she brings her in, and the guy's like what's that one thing that you
what's
do
that
in
good
bed?
at in
What's
bed?
that one? No, he's like, what's that one move that you do that the guy just can't resist or something?
Yep.
So I
Go ahead.
got to reenact
Do
it.
it,
She's
yeah.
like, oh, you got to give him that hot Tuah. You know what I'm talking about?
Spit on that shit. Okay, so now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. It's hilarious. It's pretty fucking
The
funny.
memes are next level.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like when you give him that hot Tuah.
So it's turned into like a whole thing. A whole thing.
viral
Yes,
sensation.
absolutely insane. And so she's
There
actually...
was like a bunch of videos of like, who is this girl? Because she wasn't even really
no,
online, she deleted her shit.
She deleted her shit.
Oh, okay.
And then now she's back because she realized, like, why am I not monetizing this?
Well, also she got fired.
Yeah, because she was like a preschool teacher
Yes.
or something.
No, I didn't even know that. Holy
So
shit.
she's like, oh shit, what am I gonna do
sucks.
for some money
I
now?
know, like teaching those 3-year-olds how to hot Tuah, spin on that thing.
Oh my god.
So since that time, she has started merchandising, and
Yep.
it's a Hawk 2 2024 hat and shirt and stuff like that. Apparently, she has already made $60,000.
She could have been like easily in a couple
Just in
hundred
merch.
if she would have started earlier.
Yeah. So
Like OnlyFans.
You got to capital.
So
you got to capitalize.
it brings me up, like-
dude, she would crush it.
she makes
would
600 grand.
slay it, like tonight.
Yeah.
it brings up a question though. So her video now is used in
Everything.
hundreds of videos, thousands of videos.
Thousands.
Yeah. So do you lose your right to yourself on those videos? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Once you put it on there, forget about
Well,
I mean, technically, maybe like
You can't copyright yourself. You can maybe copyright.
you can copyright the saying.
The saying, but she
You can
didn't.
copyright the saying.
Of
Yeah,
course she didn't.
she could have easily trademarked and copyrighted the saying.
Right.
You know,
But
like-
then there's also this whole thing of like, I think it's called Creative Commons or whatever. So you,
Okay.
as long as you put your own little twist on it, you can use whatever you want out
and
of the
and
internet.
also too, like if you post something on like Instagram or like shorts on YouTube, there's a little thing that you can actually select to give people the right to remix them.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
that's
depending
right.
on what they do.
Yeah, so they have to then add their own content to it, but they can use it if you don't deselect that, because you can't say no, you can't can't remix it, you can't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But clearly she did not.
And
And
it wasn't even really hers.
Yeah, it was not even her.
It was the guy
wasn't her
that
property,
the guy that was doing the interview. It was his video.
Yeah, so it was probably in essence he owns her. Like he owns her.
True.
What's hilarious about it is if you Google like News It, there's like all these articles about what does the Hawk 2 mean?
Oh my god.
It's obviously leaned towards like, boomers or whatever. I'm like, well, this is what happens. Hawk 2 is you're spitting on the penis. And, it helps the situation. Yeah.
It reminds me of that. Remember that Dave Chappelle, like when he's talking about that song like to the window.
Yeah.
To the
Oh, yeah,
and he's like, man, what's gonna happen when white people find out what skeet? They're like, oh my god, what have we done? Skeet.
So her name's Haley Welch, and power to you. I hope you do well.
Yeah.
Good for you, Haley.
There you go.
Thank you for saying what we all wanted to hear.
I mean, she honestly, if anything, she just made everybody laugh.
oh, totally.
Right? Across the planet.
So many memes.
Yeah, it's awesome. So next up is there's a new movie coming out, and it's about the moon landing being faked. It's called Fly Me to the Moon. It's an upcoming American romantic comedy helmed by director Greg Berlanti. And the cast includes Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum, and a bunch of other people. And
We don't care
basically,
about.
also our friend Woody Harrelson's in there.
Oh, sorry. Dude.
Love that guy.
Dude, he's amazing.
If you want to come on the show, bro.
Dude, literally.
I'm going to give a shout out. Woody Harrelson just started a podcast with Ted Danson, and it's about the Cheers, and he interviews,
Woody was on Cheers.
Yeah, he interviewed Conan. He interviewed a bunch of people.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
so he's got his own podcast now.
Please come on our podcast. Woody.
Yeah.
We'll pay you what we can.
I mean, or let us watch yours. We'll
Like,
fly out and just be like,
just let us be in the room, brother.
Yeah. So, but the idea of this movie is that they have NASA hires, just in case, they hire a film studio.
Just in case.
They hire a film studio to film a fake moon landing.
Just in case.
I mean, we haven't seen the movie.
We can't let the Russians beat us.
So I don't know the exact story, but they film it as a fake landing just in case they don't make it.
As a backup.
Yeah. Or
I love
the real deal. We don't really know. Yeah. So that movie comes out July 12th. And it's going to be streaming too on Apple TV. But I thought it was pretty rad because we've also done our first episode was
the moon landing.
moon landing, and
It's one of our top episodes, too.
I know.
We might have to
Everybody's always searching
SEO
for
the
that.
shit out of
I
that.
know.
Change that episode name to Fly Me to the Moon.
It was definitely our most drunkest episode. Just FYI. It was our first one. We don't know what we're doing. Yeah, we're like yelling at each other.
I know, on our terrible little baby, handheld battery operated mixer, around the round table. I think we were drinking Miller High Lifes.
Yeah.
It was like good times.
In other news, Roaring Kitty is back.
Diamond Hands.
Meme stocks.
The original Diamond
GameStop.
Hands.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, GameStop, AMC. It feels like it's 2020, 2021 all over again.
What time to be alive.
So if you haven't, there's a movie. It's a cool movie.
It's actually a good movie.
Yeah, what was it called?
It's called Dumb Money.
Dumb Money. Yeah, and it was with Paul Dano. Really, I thought it was entertaining.
Seth
Yeah, it was
Rogen.
good.
And,
Yeah,
it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. The man at the center of the pandemic meme stock craze appeared online for the first time in 3 years, and he sent the price of the quirky and volatile shares sharply higher. His name's Keith Gill. If you don't know him, it's actually a really cool story. He basically, for years, was a fan of buying GameStop stock and options, and then it took off in like this weird meme world and online and Reddit, etc.
mostly, right?
Yeah, Reddit.
Also as a way to kind of combat the system.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
Yeah, that's
the
what it was.
financial
yes.
fucking
Yeah.
monsters of controlling everything, and they're like, "Fuck
Yep.
you."
Yeah, that's right. So, and it skyrocketed. I mean, it went from
I think it
like
went
$3
to like $60. I think like $68, like it was its
yeah,
peak or something
and then
like that.
so, but he disappeared for all this time. So it happened, and then 3 years went by, and now
But he had never sold his shares.
We don't know.
He sold.
He sold.
We don't know. That's
he
the thing.
sold some,
There's a
for
3 year
sure.
gap. We
So
don't
maybe
know.
he sold them all and they came
Yeah,
back.
we
like,
don't
that's what I'm
know.
saying.
Bump it up again.
We don't know. So then he came back and he started tweeting out his own created GIFs and memes and whatever, and that's all
But it
he
was funny
said.
because it didn't even say anything, right? It was just
exactly.
a picture.
And people are like, he's back.
Yes,
We gotta buy it.
It was literally a picture of him like sitting back on the chair, and then he just like leans forward, and that's it, right?
That's it. That was the first one.
And people
After
are like,
3
gotta
years.
buy it.
Yeah.
So then the stock shot up, and then GameStop, the company, they raised $3 billion in cash,
I think instantly, it was like a day.
right? And so now they're sitting on, I think it's $4 billion in cash, and Roaring Kitty now is still sitting on the stock, and that's where we are today.
He's got a shitload of it.
So
What's
it
crazy
shot
is-
up,
yeah.
and Jorge and I bought it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jorge made a little money.
No. Well, first Eric's like, this thing's going on with Jimmy or whatever. I'm like, fuck, all right. And then I look at it and it like already had taken off. I'm like, I'm not buying this shit. Like, whatever. This is just gonna crash again, right? So it comes I think it comes back down or whatever, and then I buy at like $24.
Yeah.
And then it goes up again a little bit, and then I made $500. I'll take it.
Hey, dude, that's my money.
Yeah. So it's Jorge is the opposite of diamond hands.
Yes.
What's the opposite? It's like
I think I held it
soft
for
gelatin hands.
Pillow hands.
like a day. I held it.
Gelatin hands.
Anyways, but I mean, I love the story because it is a little bit of like trying to create this short squeeze, and if you don't know what that is, then look that up. But it's trying to create
a short squeeze is real simple. So, in the stock market world, you can what's called short a stock, meaning you're betting on the price of that stock to go down. Yeah. So then you make money off it per every share that you're selling.
And what you're doing is you're borrowing.
You're borrowing the money.
Yes.
So in a short squeeze, you're in essence you're forcing the amount of the stock up.
You're fucked.
And so in a short squeeze, they're betting that the people who are lending the shares to short don't actually have them, but they're ghost shares. They're like, and in order to get those shares, they have to buy them on the open market.
Yep.
So if there's enough buying pressure,
then it keeps going up.
Theoretically, there's a short squeeze because all of these people who shorted it had to buy the stock to get it and pay back the shorting.
Yeah, the loan.
Yeah, the loan. Yeah,
part
exactly.
Of it,
So it remains to be seen whether or not it does happen.
In case you didn't hear, so this guy, Roaring Kitty, he had some stock. He had a bunch of stock. A shitload. And then he also had some what's called options.
Yeah.
Don't need to get into that. Whatever.
Yeah.
The point is, this guy was up like $80 million in one day, right?
Yeah.
It was like in one day, he was up $80 million. His total net worth at that point was like $500 million, and like we were texting each other. We're like, fucking sell.
I would have been so out of it, like, fuck you, diamond losers.
Yes.
I am rich.
Oh my god! I hope he got some money, man.
That's why you got to join our Discord because we're also stock traders.
Yeah.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah. It's not financial advice,
At all.
but buy that shit now. No, it's not. It's not financial advice. All right. Well, I mean, I love the story. I hope they do well. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like the little man against the big man.
I'm still too afraid to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's dead.
I'm too chicken shit.
He's dead now?
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything.
It did. It went up to like 60
I know, but he
or
didn't
something.
sell anything. Now he's just gonna sit on it.
I'm saying the stock is dead again.
Okay,
maybe he's shorting it now.
What I love about Now let me ask a question though. GameStop as a company.
It's a terrible model.
Do you guys
You know
still
what?
go there?
It doesn't even fucking matter.
Do you ever go there?
It doesn't matter though. Like
No.
whatever they.
Well, yeah, it does.
No, because
it's got 5,000 retail stores.
I just think brick and mortar for games.
They were going bankrupt back in 2020 or whatever it was, and it was shooting up.
Why don't they do Netflix but for games?
Because even then, like they would have to own the rights. Like Microsoft does it where it's like, oh, you just get the games online, you can just download the games. But they don't own the rights to then allow you to download the games. Yeah. So then they would have to ship you the games, and then like it's just also.
But how does Netflix do that? They don't own the rights to the movie.
They pay.
Oh,
they pay for the rights, and that's
they got $4 billion cash.
No,
GameStop does now. They could do something.
Yeah, but it's like it's all
hope
like
they do
it's
that.
like leasing. You in essence you lease rights to it, but then.
Yeah, but then you sell memberships like Netflix does, and then you make a bunch of money.
Yeah,
I know.
The thing is,
I feel like we're missing something. Like,
but the thing is, the game companies like they don't care.
I know because they make so much
they're
money.
Like,
anyways.
why would we need to lease you anything?
Money.
Like, they're like they have to buy it from us.
Yeah.
Like, why would we add a third party member into it?
Yeah, I get it.
That's what the movies thought.
Well,
until Netflix came around.
Well, no, the movies is different because movies you don't. Like they don't.
That's their job is to lease it out. Like, that's how they normally do it.
That's
how they do it to
model.
movie theaters. Like they lease it out to the movie theaters.
They have to make as much money as possible to pay back the shitload of money that they use to.
Fucking George Clooney's salary.
They're like anybody who wants it. Like fucking take it. Come on.
That's true.
So they pay fucking Leo $20 million.
I know, right? It's crazy. They're like,
fucking
don't
anything.
worry, Netflix is gonna pick it up. We're gonna be fine.
Well, I don't know what they're gonna do with that $4 billion. I mean, if there is a theory rolling around the internet that they're going to turn into a Berkshire Hathaway.
It's another.
It's a holding company.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like they just bought, like Berkshire bought like See's Candies and fucking they just became a holding company.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why Berkshire Hathaway stocks it's like literally one stock is like
$200,000.
$200,000.
Yeah,
It's like insane. It's so stupid.
All right. Well, good luck, Roaring Kitty. So next up is the presidential debate happened.
Oh my God.
That
The
just happened
first-
last night
The
for us.
first,
yeah.
the first of 2024.
God, what a fucking
Probably the only.
shit
I don't
show,
think they're gonna
bro.
do another one.
Oh no, I'm gonna read this.
Okay.
Oh, this is breaking news. Breaking.
Breaking.
So the first debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump took place June 27th, 2024 on CNN, which was surprising to me, actually, in Atlanta. It was super anticipated. I don't know how many people watched it, but I'm
think
pretty
lot of
sure a
people-
lot of people.
I mean, me and my wife
yeah.
were watching it in bed at like
Yeah.
11. Like,
Yeah. It was a little different than what they had done in the past.
no
there
live,
were-
no live audience.
No live audience.
Muted mics.
Only 2 of them. So like they didn't
yeah.
let RFK Jr. in because he didn't meet a threshold of polls.
bullshit,
I don't.
dude.
That was weird to me. Yeah. Which is kind of like itself problematic because you're like, well,
You only hear 2
can't-
people.
Yeah, you can't be a candidate because nobody surveyed,
And
but so you cannot promote yourself.
But it also makes it seem like
I don't know
like
what- yeah.
the
I don't
two-party
like
system.
that.
It's like two-party system.
I don't like
control.
that. Yeah,
It's
I don't like
well,
that.
you're
I
not
didn't
part
like
of
that
the
at
main
all.
two parties, so you're
I didn't like that
useless.
at all. I don't even give a shit if you.
But let's
fucking
be
get-
honest.
if you
There's
get
only
fucking-
there's really only 2.
I don't give you.
that
I
have
don't care
that
if
have
you.
a shot.
No.
Yes.
Not if you give them the floor.
I mean, honestly, like
Before giving them the floor,
Okay,
there was
honestly,
only
let
2
me
options.
give you a
if
theory.
RFK was there, everyone might have been like, "Man, maybe we should vote for this one." Because like they would have been like,
That's a good
"Ooh."
point.
Like,
That's a good
I mean,
point.
if you had Jimmy Carter there, do you know what I mean? In '98,
in wheelchair, roll his ass out there. Like,
yeah, Jimmy Fallon there, shit.
fucking Helen Keller.
with fucking Ann holding her hand.
So there were very strict rules this time because I don't know if you watched the last 4 years ago.
Dude,
it was like a wild card.
It
Just
was
everybody
shit show.
yelling at
The
each other.
best, dude. I love it.
I know it was one of the more
hilarious.
entertaining.
It was
It
so
was.
fucking great. Trump's
So-
like, "Fuck you."
So they had timers and they had mute buttons and they had no audience and they had only 2 of them.
Yes.
That was the main,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
the main
yeah.
rules. Yeah.
And there's also 7-minute delay.
Whoa,
okay. I didn't know
7.
that.
There was
Wow.
a 7-minute delay when usually it was only a 10-second delay.
Yeah.
From like when the film hits your.
So
your
just in
TV.
case they like went up, like brawled.
Yeah, there's like, or it's like, Joe Biden like falls asleep. And like, it's like a commercial
Technical
break.
difficulties.
Somebody just keels over and dies.
I know, they're
No.
like, we'll be right
Yeah.
back after a word from our sponsors.
So the major topics, of course, were the economy, healthcare, foreign policy. Biden defended his economic policies, emphasizing job growth and his efforts
Immigration.
at inflation reduction. Trump criticized Biden's handling of the economy, pointing to high inflation rates and arguing that his policies were bullshit. Healthcare reform. There was a couple weird statements in there from Biden of like, we beat
couple.
Medicare.
Yeah, it's like,
He said we beat Medicare, and I was
Trump's
like, what?
response was like, yeah, that's right, you beat it to death.
I was like, I don't get that. Like, what do you mean? You beat it? That's
I was like, well, then why am I still paying
yeah.
into it? I'm still
It's also
paying
not
into
like
Medicare,
it's
goddammit.
not like a fight.
I know, like,
I just want to be able to go to a hospital.
it's like, well, it's also
Personally.
like I'm paying it, like, but then I'm cool. I'm paying for something that I'll never get to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, thanks. Same thing with Social Security.
Yeah.
I'll never see a dime of Social
Yep.
Security. That well's gonna dry up way before we.
They
get it.
did bring up Social Security, and Biden's plan is a very simple plan, but it's to tax anybody, more taxes for anybody who makes more than $400,000.
Yeah.
For Social Security specifically. So they would be like
Because
right now we pay.
since we spend all the money and inflation's so high that, like,
Yeah.
because Social Security was based off the concept that inflation would Social Security was based on the fact that it would never take more than 2%.
Yeah.
2% of
Your paycheck or whatever.
of the pay of the people, and now it's like
6.
yeah, it's like dramatically
we're
more,
about at 6.
but it's still not even like Social Security will fail in the next like 10 years.
Yeah, and that's a problem because that's our retirement.
Yeah,
Not
And-
our retirement. I mean, essentially it's our
Essentially it is.
retirement. It's for people who
it's
cannot do another retirement.
Yeah, it's like
And
it's
ours,
assisted. Yeah, it's like you. That's why you pay into it.
It's a
you
pay-
you pay into it, so
it's
you,
a
you
pay
get
it-
it on the back end.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a pay it forward program.
yeah, it's like,
like
I'm gonna get it. I'm
your-
gonna help you out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now, your paycheck, that 6% goes to people who are retired.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's who are getting paid out. So that would suck if
Yeah, I will be working till I'm 90.
If we did,
Like, literally.
But his plan is that anybody over 400 grand
pays more.
adjusted income on your tax return pays 1% extra.
Oh, 1%.
See,
Okay.
my only thing about that is like, okay, like, but why does that like matter? Because if you look at the amount of people that make over 400 grand, it
can't be that much.
Dude, it's so little.
1%?
It's less than 1%.
Really?
No, I would say it's about 1%.
Do you know what? Do you know what the average? Do you know what? Guess what the average wage of
the
an
US?
American is in the U.S.
The average?
Average wage of an
I'm
American.
gonna go
know.
55.
50?
Yeah, it's like $56,000.
Yeah, that's what. So that's what I'm saying. It's like 1% because I know.
So like, cool. You're gonna.
I think I saw one time it is 1% of the population that makes more than 400.
Yeah.
It's less, dude.
It might be
less?
less.
It's less.
It might be less.
It's 100% less.
Yeah, it might be less.
No, because if you make over 100 grand, I think it's if you make over 150 or something, you're in like literally the 1%. It's like that. It's like that
Yeah.
skewed.
Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah. So like my point is like, cool. It's like
I'm rich, bitch.
Except you're not because of fucking inflation.
no, but
No,
but
I know. Totally.
But even so, even if you want to do that, it's just a ploy. It's just to be like, oh, we're taxing the rich, but like the tax code's still a tax code, and if you're rich enough, you still avoid that. You still are probably paying around 8% taxes. Anyway,
But-
so it doesn't even matter. Like add the 1%, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything.
So there's a couple things, right? One is I didn't hear Trump's. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
didn't
he
hear the
didn't
whole
have a plan
I didn't. I
for the Social Security.
I started
after
on
that.
it too late.
Yeah. So I don't know what Trump's plan is
have
on
no
the
idea.
Social Security because,
No, he didn't-
like
he didn't
Sean
really go
said,
over anything.
it's probably at 15 years out, and then we're
And it's toast.
in a problem.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah. So I don't know if Trump had a plan or he just didn't answer that.
He might have just not.
He
answered.
kind of danced around.
He danced around a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
I know. That's what he started off like super hot.
Every question they fielded him, it was always like, "Oh, let me start off by clarifying what he just said. Let me defend myself."
He always says.
Yeah.
The other thing that was brought up was that combating inflation, and part of inflation that exists is the tariffs on foreign countries, specifically China, coming in on products, right? And I see this because I work in manufacturing and e-commerce, and so a majority of our products are from China. And so we have a 20% tariff on anything coming in from the port of China.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that is attributing not only the printing of money from COVID, but the 20% tariff on top of it is also inflating prices, right? Because we have to pay 20% more in cost.
Yeah, because they're going to charge more.
Yeah, exactly. So Biden really went hard on Trump because Trump implemented that before he left, right?
Yeah.
But they also printed unlimited amounts of money.
They printed $4 trillion for
yeah,
COVID.
so it's like one problem to solve another problem, and Trump was trying to make a more of a business decision, while the Biden administration was more of a printing press scenario. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do see both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
And like I personally thought the tariff things was probably good because it's also pretty much showing that like we're not going to like bow down to like
the Chinese,
Chinese overlords.
Yeah.
But then, and it doesn't help when you like, you're sending hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars to everybody.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
every new
It's not
every new bill that comes out, it's like hundreds of billions of dollars for these people, hundreds of billions of dollars for these people, and it's like, stop giving people money. Why are we giving everyone money?
That's right.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right. Well, Biden said that, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said, "We are in the position to help, so we should be helping."
why didn't they help the people in Hawaii? The people. You know what the people in Hawaii got?
Yeah.
They're like, first of all,
they got the rock.
no,
They got like $40.
no, literally they got like $700, and then
Really?
$700, and then
I got a better
and
stimulus.
What else they
Yeah,
got?
you did.
I got a
They
better.
got all the insurance companies not fucking
Coming through.
not coming through, and,
Yeah.
and not like they're like, no, sorry, we can't process your claim. So like, cool, you have an actual state of the United States, and they're like, here's $700. Meanwhile, we're just like, I think we're up to $600 billion now to Ukraine.
Gosh.
Wow.
But like, but we're giving like U.S. citizens. Sorry, homie. Like, your entire your fucking everything you own is on fire.
Yeah.
Here's $700.
So
hash browns.
the last
Get you by for a little bit.
so the last part of the debate essentially was about them personally, and could they deal with the age?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I love that they asked
The
them
age,
both.
yeah, and
This is the
So this
greatest
is a-
fucking argument in the history of
I know,
mankind.
and the golf clubs
It's the
thing,
golf-
like
They're like,
The handicap.
yeah,
God.
like, I'll say, like, we'll take a driving contest.
I know. I was talking.
I was like, dude,
I was talking to
I'd
my-
pay $1,000 pay-per-view to watch a driving contest.
I was talking to my father-in-law the other night, or like last night, basically, and it was like, what do you think the other countries
I know, right?
think of us?
I was
Like
wondering that too. I was wondering
our
that when we were
leaders
seeing-
are arguing over handicap.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never even had that argument with you.
Well,
Like, bro,
oh, you really?
yeah, you want to go?
You want to?
Yeah,
You want to
yeah,
hit the lane?
yeah. I've never even had that argument with you at all.
Well, I mean, you could say like, what are other countries saying? But then, like,
I know.
You know, if
No,
you
I
want,
know.
if you want to like flash forward to, you know, what just
Totally.
happened in was it Mexico? Was the Mexico?
Oh yeah,
elections?
with the president.
Oh my
I
god! Literally,
know.
like 37 candidates killed.
Yeah,
and then they
true.
finally
Very true.
Like instead of arguing
I
about
like
golf,
that.
they just murder you.
Yeah,
And it's finally
I
like
that.
the only one left
Yeah.
standing. It's like a
Yeah.
fucking free for all.
It's like we are on the pedestal of the top, and so we get looked at, but then
But meanwhile,
there's so much corruption.
like,
Meanwhile, it's $12,000 for a coffee in Venezuela.
exactly, literally.
I get it.
And like there's rolling
Yeah,
blackouts,
I get it.
and like no
Okay.
one has power or water.
Yeah. All right.
So like we're still like it's
Yeah.
still better, but it's still like insane.
Yeah. Okay, but,
So if-
but real quick,
Yeah.
talk about the age.
Yeah.
Okay, so
One's-
Biden will be 86
Okay.
if he won in his term.
Yeah.
So
Wait, at
in
the
his
end of
last
his term?
year,
At the end of his
yeah.
term.
At the end of his term.
So his
okay.
last year, he would be 86 years old.
Okay.
And then Trump would be
Trump
83.
83,
'cause there's 3
yeah.
years left
Okay.
of Trump. I just
Both
think,
of them are too old. Honestly.
I agree with you 100%. I was
Both
like,
of
bro,
them.
Okay, here's an argument. In your company,
Yeah.
and in your company, do you have anybody over 80?
no, not even close.
Not even close.
like
Not
remotely
Over
close.
70?
Hell no.
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 So why are we doing this? Why are we allowing this to happen? I don't understand. And that's why I think we posted something the other day. Like, can we do something? Like,
There's like a
can
younger
is there
person,
like a
please?
signature I can sign
Anything? A
that
petition?
says that this is too old?
Yeah.
But like in
for
the
sure.
in this game, but if you had to choose between those two,
But we have to.
I mean,
like
we-
that's our choice.
We have to.
since we have to choose between these two, I'm sorry, but dude, Biden looked like a fucking corpse.
I was just gonna ask you guys like, okay, you had to
Dude,
choose a
dude,
winner
dude,
last
he-
night. It's very
I
clear.
know.
I mean,
Very clear.
it was
who's the loser. At least it was very clear who's the loser.
I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
odds are
You know what I mean?
are in his favor.
yeah.
no, it was
You know,
very clear that
Trump's favor.
Yeah.
that Biden did worse, and then I knew it was because I was like, maybe I'm just really biased, you know. And then
Yeah.
I watched like the CNN, you know, super Democratic CNN commentators afterwards, and they're all like, We're
in
fucked."
trouble.
They're
We're in trouble.
like, he was like, I got 400 text messages.
Yep.
Everyone's freaking out.
Yep.
Like it's fucking like fire sale.
Yeah.
You know what's
Everyone's-
wild? In
I
theory,
did see a couple of post interview or posts whatever like commentary. Everybody's saying the same
They're
thing.
freaked out.
And
They're
they
like, we're fucked.
And there are like some that are saying that they're calling for him to like step down,
Yeah.
but they're afraid of Kamala Harris like has to
I know,
take over.
you know-
worse.
you know-
Like, no.
you know, there's a theory that so the Democratic National Committee meeting in election or not election but a nomination is in the end of August.
Oh, so they could technically.
They can
So
nominate
they
somebody
push
else.
this debate earlier.
Oh, so just so they can see if he like fucking.
So there's
if
a
he's just, like,
theory.
fucking
There's a
cooked,
theory that the DNC is deciding
who's gonna step up.
if this is going to be like, should we put our support behind this candidate or
But
not?
he has to agree, right? He has to step down.
No,
No,
I thought he did.
no,
no,
because,
but you're going to
because-
take votes away if he doesn't. Meaning, yeah, like if he say he has 20% of all the votes, just based on they love Biden.
Yeah,
They love him.
There's people who really just.
Yeah,
don't.
they just love him. Yeah.
No, but
So
they
if he
would-
says, "Fuck this, I'm gonna run without the DNC,"
Oh,
which is
okay.
insane,
yeah, I'm going independent.
they would be like, "You're gonna lose 20% for the Democratic Party."
Okay.
And they don't want that. They
Yeah,
want
they
to
don't
be
want that.
unified.
Yeah. So
No,
they
yeah,
need to
yeah.
get him like
Well, the
on
thing I
board.
saw
if they do
today,
it.
literally today, was Biden's like, I'm not backing down. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not
yes.
stepping down.
That's right. So the end of this is that they announced that the next debate is September 10th.
They announced that?
Yeah.
They're gonna,
Oh,
dude.
shit,
They're gonna
okay.
pump that motherfucker up with
So
so much
what
amphetamines.
what that
He's gonna be
means
like,
is-
Oh, well, that was
What
another
that
thing.
means
Like
is-
he
yeah.
was sick during that debate. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Who?
Well,
Biden?
he sounded hoarse. He sounded like he was sick.
He
Oh, I
sounded
didn't
like,
know that.
He sounded like an
Was he?
automaton.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why didn't they say that?
He always sounds like
Oh,
that.
I would have put a press release out saying, "Hey, bro, I'm sick."
Okay, who
No,
said he
because then
was
it's an
sick?
excuse. You know, that's what.
But it's still an excuse.
Who's saying? CNN said that. Like everybody said that.
Well, of course they're trying to make excuses for
No,
it.
I was always.
My thing is, bro,
I was watching Fox. They said the same shit.
Dude, my thing is, bro,
He had a cold.
He always,
it was confirmed.
He always.
I'm not making it up.
He always sounds like that. He's always.
He always
does he have a
sounds
cold?
comatose, but
Every
like he
time when
sounded like hoarse.
He's like shimmy, 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 shimmy. 5 million trillion billions.
and then he's like, anyway, forget it.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
he's not the most eloquent
The corn pop.
president we've ever had.
No, dude.
We've come a long way since the,
Yeah, since the elite,
Yeah.
like fucking.
Yeah.
But then don't you like really think about like all like the badass presidents like in history have all not been 80.
100%.
Like they've all like George Washington was
why
like
are we
23.
allowing this? I don't understand. I feel like, what do we do?
No, you know what it is?
That's the problem. Is there's nothing to do.
You've been led to believe that you can't do anything.
Well, I think
And
the
you just have to
Republicans,
accept-
the
you have to
Republicans try to do something. Remember, like there was a whole bunch of them. Like
I know, but no.
what's the guy from Florida? Fucking
Oh,
forgot his name.
DeSantis.
DeSantis. You know, he's
But
young.
no, but what happened
Well,
is
why
like,
did he back out?
No, because he
Trump
went against Trump, and then all the
sucks out all the air
dude,
out of the room.
The Trump supporters were like, "Fuck yeah, DeSantis,"
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And he's like, "I'll support Trump again."
I gotta say,
You know which one actually looked kind of cool, kind of decent? Vivek?
Vivek.
Yeah.
Vivek or whatever.
well,
how
word
you say
around
it.
the old G Vine is that
he might be the
the
VP.
VP mate
Maybe that's why he stood
for
down.
Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, VP is the most useless post
I
in
know,
like
right?
the history of mankind. Like,
You know what?
Well,
anything.
you know
maybe
what's-
not so much for an 80-year-old.
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
You
Look
know,
at
like
Kamala.
you got a shot. You got a chance.
I mean, come on. You take Kamala. Jesus Christ.
Last thing, and then we'll kind of wrap up here is in theory, what could happen. You ready?
Yeah.
Trump could win, and then the next election, Biden could run again.
When he's 3,000 years old. Oh my God, dude,
Can you imagine? We have 14 years, 12 years of Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump.
No,
In
please.
theory, it could happen.
Biden's doing like virtual debates.
God damn
He's
it.
like
Virtual.
from like hospice, and he's like, yes.
God damn it.
Oh my
Damn
God.
politics.
I know it's the worst, dude.
Worst.
It's the worst. I do feel like, as a last point, like I feel like Trump had a really golden opportunity just to just be cool. All he had to do was
Yeah.
like chill and just
Probably
let
right.
fucking Biden implode because he was already
Probably
imploding.
right.
He
and
let
could've
him
just-
like
Probably right.
lose. Like
yeah,
let
just
him
let him beat himself.
beat himself.
And he would have
yeah.
let him hang himself. And then if he just would have like been cool, they would have been like, shit. Like there's nothing we could say. But
Yeah.
of course you get to the end and he's like, you fucking Biden, you stupid. You're a child. You can't drive a club. You can't even hit it 50 yards. You piece of shit. I'm like, dog. Why you gotta do it? Like, just fucking shut up.
I know.
Like, why do you gotta
I
do
know.
this? Like, you won.
He's got the worst
You
PR
already
handlers.
won.
Doesn't he have the worst PR
He's the
handlers?
He does.
worst.
He's
like-
off the rails.
Yeah.
He would have won last time if he wasn't fucking such a dick.
At least he's not tweeting.
Oh,
True.
thank God. Oh,
You know
God.
what I mean? This election, he's not tweeting. That's
But
good.
dude, he's still posting shit. You
I
see
know,
that? You see
I-
the what
did.
they call
On
like
truth or what?
no on
No,
social.
Biden drug.
Yeah, the Biden, what are they-
sleepy drug.
Yeah, the Biden sleepy drug. It's
So
like,
I didn't
funny.
see that.
You gotta
dude,
check
it's
that out.
hilarious.
Pretty
Dude, it's-
funny.
He's the ultimate troll. He's the
It's
world's,
basically
the
like
world's
it's like
biggest
this
troll.
commercial that he made of if you want to go to sleep, you just listen to Biden speeches. And he like made a drug out of it, kind of like
it's like
Bidenetric.
Yeah, Bidenomics or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
That's good.
And like the kid's like so wild. It's like my parents just they're all like passing out.
All right, well, that's what we got tonight for the news of the month. That's June for you. We'll catch you in July.
Love you guys.
See you guys.
Night night.